Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and a very warm welcome to Pointless, the quiz show where the lowest scorers are the biggest winners. Let's meet today's players. So first we welcome Karen and Glenn. You're our first pair on the show today. Now, how do you two know each other?
Well, she's my mum, so we know each other quite well.
just quite well,
Just
yes.
quite well, yeah. We're quite competitive. We play the quiz every week, so that's why we're here. Really, we're looking to win.
Oh, well, you feel the competitive spirit there, Richard.
So it's good to come out with it.
Oh, isn't it, though? Isn't it?
Straight to the point.
It makes the fall a bit further, but that's OK.
Yeah. Where have you come from, Karen?
We've come from Southampton.
Southampton. And what are you hoping is going to come up this afternoon?
History.
History.
I'm a teacher when I'm not studying. I'm studying at the moment for an MA, but I was teaching in sixth form, history and classics.
Wow.
Everyone else may as well just go home now.
Well, very best of luck. It's great to have you here.
Thank you.
And next, we welcome back Imogen and Imelda. You were on the show last time. Everyone gets 2 chances to reach our final, and this is your second chance. You did brilliantly well.
Well, we did well, but we didn't win.
You didn't win, but it was
No.
very, very hard fought, I think.
Yeah, it was luck of the draw. Yeah.
Yeah, what do you hope is going to come up this afternoon, Imelda?
I like general knowledge, and I don't mind sport.
OK, well, we shall see. What do you do in your spare time, Imogen?
I collect vintage knitting patterns.
Finally, somebody else who does that.
Yeah.
I honestly thought it was just you.
Vintage knitting patterns. Which is your favourite vintage knitting pattern?
Vintage knitted swimwear. That's the best. Because you have these men posing in knitted trunks, which obviously don't keep the shape when they come out of the water.
Wow, knitted swimwear.
Yeah, it
Blimey.
was big. It was a big thing in the 40s.
Indeed. Well, very best of luck to the pair of you. It's lovely having you back on the show. I hope you will make it all the way through to the head-to-head and beyond this afternoon. Next, we welcome Stephen and Gary. Now, how do you two know each other?
Stephen and I have been friends for 6 or 7 years.
67 years. How's about that? How's about that?
Round of applause.
Yeah, that
67
really
years.
is. Oh.
That would be 6 or 7 years.
All right.
We found we had a common interest in following our local non-league football team, Barrow AFC.
So you just meet on the terraces then? And
On the terraces, we're also in a pub quiz team together.
Oh, very good. So I'm just thinking, if you have a pub quiz team, presumably it has a name. What's it called?
We're the Vic Park Half-Wits.
What do you mean half-wits? Come on, there are 2 of you. That's a whole wit.
There's 2 others in the team, though.
Well, that's more wits than you need. Very good. Well, it's brilliant having you here, and best of luck on the show. And finally, we welcome back Lynn and Neil. You were also on the show last time. This is your second and final chance to reach our final. Remind us what happened.
Oh, we lost.
We
on art, unfortunately.
You did. No one loses on Pointless. No one loses. You went out very graciously with tremendous aplomb.
Thank you very much.
In the second round. Do you have any surprising little niche interests, Lynn? Oh, sorry, I'm not prying. But I mean,
a name like Lynn? No, I don't dress up.
I wasn't going to say Lynn, but no, I'm just wondering. Sometimes people have spectacular knowledge of some tiny little, slightly left field.
Nothing at all. Horse racing, golf, rugby, that's me.
Neil, how about you?
I do know quite a bit about conspiracy theories.
You shouldn't have asked that question.
What's the most convoluted, barking mad conspiracy theory you've come across, Neil?
Oh, it's got to be the moon landings one, isn't it?
Yeah, the moon. Where'd you come down on that one, Neil?
Oh, well, I think they obviously landed on the moon, yeah.
Oh, you're such a sucker. Oh. You know, I've been to the moon more times than Neil Armstrong. Like he exists.
OK, well... Very best of luck to you this time round, Lynn and Neil. Anyway, we'll find out more about all of you throughout the show. There's only one person left for me to introduce. He is a ray of sunshine in the murky world of obscurity. He is my pointless friend. He's Richard.
Hiya. Should be a cracking show, shouldn't it? We've got 4 very, very good pairs there.
What about it? Yeah.
Yeah, everyone seems to know what they're doing. You know, we've got Glenn, who's a genius, a certified genius, he has essentially told us. No, it should be a very, very good show. We've got some very good questions, which I think are going to test the knowledge of our people. We've got a question on film, so that should please a few people. I think it should be an absolute cracker. No idea who's going to win this one.
Very hard to call. Thanks, Richard. Now, well, we put all our questions to 100 people before the show, but this is pointless, so we are after the obscure answers that they didn't get. Now, what everyone's trying to do, of course, is find a pointless answer. That's an answer that none of our 100 people gave. Each time that happens, we will add £250 to the jackpot. Now, nobody won the jackpot last time, so we add another £1,000 to that. So today's jackpot starts off at an unbelievable £12,000. Right, let's play Pointless. Right, in the first round, each of you must give me one answer and you cannot confer with your partner. Whichever team has the highest score at the end of the round will be eliminated. Our first category this afternoon is... history. There we are, history, Glenn.
Could be good. Depends on the topic.
Yeah, couldn't get the word out. He is a genius, isn't he?
He's a genius. He doesn't even need words.
Got it? Yeah. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second?
Yeah, you go on.
And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many World War II aircraft as they could. World War II aircraft. Richard.
Yeah, the correct answers in this round will all be World War II aircraft flown on active service in World War II by either the RAF or the Royal Navy.
Karen and Glenn, you all drew lots before the show, and you get to go first. Now, in this round, you'll be pleased to hear we're going to give you a choice of 7 possible answers on the board in each pass. Your first set of 7 answers reads like this. Here we go. Mosquito, Hurricane, Blenheim, Sunderland, Gladiator, Halifax, Battle Axe. I'll read those one more time. Mosquito, Hurricane, Blenheim, Sunderland, Gladiator, Halifax, Battle Axe. And I can tell you that at least one of those answers is pointless, but be very careful because at least one of those answers is incorrect. Pick an incorrect one and you will score the maximum of 100 points. Now then, Glenn.
Yeah, there's one that's an obvious one, but I shall pick something different. I'm going to go for the Sunderland. Fly around in a Sunderland, why not?
The Sunderland. OK, let's see if that's a correct answer. And if it is, let's see how many people said Sunderland. Good luck, Glenn. It's right. Oh. Very well done. Very well done, Glenn. That scores you 2 points. A great answer. Sunderland, Richard?
Yeah, well played, Glenn. The short Sunderland is a flying boat, actually. It's the last flying boat the RAF ever used it for 20-odd years. The Germans used to call it the flying porcupine.
Thanks very much, Richard. So, remember, we are looking for World War II aircraft. Imogen, what do you think?
Well, my grandfather flew aeroplanes in the Second World War, but none of those. I'm going to play safe and go Mosquito.
Mosquito?
Yeah.
OK. Let's see if Mosquito is a correct answer. And if it is, let's see how many people said Mosquito. It's right. Down it comes. Look at that, 10. Not a bad score at all, Imogen. 10 points for Mosquito, Richard.
Yeah, well done, Imogen. The de Havilland Mosquito, constructed with a wooden frame. They used it as a night fighter.
What do the Germans call that?
They call it the Flying Mosquito.
OK, thanks very much, Richard. Now then, Stephen, we are looking for World War II aircraft.
I think I'm going to go for the Halifax.
The Halifax?
Yeah, bit of a punt.
Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Halifax. That's right. Look at that, 5. Very well done there, Stephen. You're joining the low scorers with Halifax, Richard.
Yeah, well played, Stephen. It's a 4-engined heavy bomber, the Halifax, had a wingspan of over 100 feet.
OK, then. Neil, we are looking for World War II aircraft.
OK, I'm going to go for the Blenheim.
The Blenheim. Is it right? And if it is, how many people said it? Good luck, Neil. Let's see. Very well done. Right in among the low scores there, Neil. Very well answered. The Blenheim. Richard.
Yeah, well played, Neil. Well played, everybody there. The Bristol Blenheim. It's a twin-engined bomber. Let's take a look at the rest of the list. The Hurricane, of course, made a major part in the Battle of Britain. That would have scored you 41 points, not a massive score. So Gladiator or Battle Axe, one of those is pointless, one of those is incorrect.
I'd go Battle Axe is right, and I'd say Gladiator is wrong.
Exactly incorrect.
Oh.
The Gladiator is actually the last of the RAF biplanes. The Gladiator would have been a pointless answer, and Battle Axe, incorrect, I'm afraid. Not a plane. There was an Operation Battle Axe in the war, but not a plane.
Thanks very much, Richard. Well, we're halfway through the round, so let's take a look at the scores as they stand. Amazingly low-scoring round. Glenn, genius.
Genius, certified
on 2
genius.
points. Up from you, just a couple of notches. We come to Stephen and Gary on 5. Up a little bit from them, we come to Neil and Lynn on 8. And they're on 10. By no means a high score, but it just happens to be our highest score, Imogen and Imelda. OK, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're going to put 7 more answers on the board. Now, remember, we are looking for World War II aircraft. And we have got Firefox, Spitfire, Wellington, Swordfish, Lancaster, Albacore, Leica. Firefox, Spitfire, Wellington, Swordfish, Lancaster, Albacore, Leica. There we are. And I can tell you that at least one of those is pointless and at least one of those is incorrect. So try and avoid those incorrect ones. Now then, Lynn. The high scorers are Imelda and Imogen on 10. If you can score 1 point with this answer,
I didn't say it was that good.
You are definitely through to the next round. Well, I'm telling you, there is at least 1 pointless answer on that board, Lynn.
I'm going to go for Swordfish.
Swordfish. Let's see if Swordfish is a correct answer. And if it is, let's see how many people said Swordfish. It's right. Down it goes. Very, very well done, Lynn. That's a great answer. I'm sure that will see you through. That scores you 2, takes your total up to 10. Richard, Swordfish.
Yeah, very well played. And it's the Fairy Swordfish, which sounds like a children's book, but it's not. The Fairy Swordfish, which was another biplane, actually, an open cockpit biplane. OK,
very well done, Lynn. Very well done indeed. Gary, you are on 5. The high scorers jointly are Imelda and Imogen on 10 and Lynn and Neil on 10. If you can score 4 points or less, you are definitely through to the next round. Remember, we're looking for aircraft from World War II.
There's one that's standing out to me as I don't think it is a World War II plane, so I'll try somewhere else and I'll go for Albacore.
Albacore. Sounds right, doesn't it? Albacore at 12 o'clock. Anyway, only one way to find out. Good luck. Albacore. Is it right? How many people said it? It's right. Very well done, Gary. Maybe this will add another 250 quid to our massive jackpot. Yes, it does! That is a pointless answer. It adds 250 quid to today's jackpot, taking the total up to £12,250. It scores you nothing, and it leaves your total at a very impressive low 5. Richard.
Yeah, well played, Gary. Another aircraft made by Fairy, actually. It was designed to take over from the Swordfish, but was less effective than it. The Albacore.
Now then, Imelda, Imogen. The high scorers are Lynn and Neil and you. Ideally, you would find another pointless answer on that board.
It'll have to be a complete guess. I'm going to go for Wellington.
The Wellington. Is it right? If it is, how many people said Wellington? It's right. Nine. Scores you 9, takes your total up to 19. Richard.
Yeah, well done, Imelda. You've given yourself a chance there. The Vickers Wellington bomber. It was built in greater numbers than any other bomber during the war.
OK, thanks very much. Now then, Karen. You're on 2, thanks to Glenn's brilliant answer in the first pass. If you can score 16 or less with this answer, You are through to the next round.
Oh, sorry, Glenn. I'm gonna go for the Laker. Laker.
Glenn's not...
No, sorry,
Glenn's not very happy.
Don't think it's right. I think that's a Russian dog that went to space.
It's a genius.
Genius.
OK, let's see if Leica is a correct answer, and if it is, let's see how many people said Leica. Good luck, Karen.
Thank you.
Oh, dear, bad luck, Karen, I'm afraid. That is an incorrect answer, which means you score the maximum of 100 points, and that takes your total up to an unbeatable 102. Richard.
Yeah, Glenn had heard of Leica, but unfortunately Karen was a Leica virgin and hadn't. Let's take a look at the rest of the answers. Spitfire, obviously, very big score, 75. The Lancaster bomber would have scored you 41. And Firefox, do you think that is pointless or do you think that's incorrect?
I've never heard of a Firefox plane.
It's a plane in a Clint Eastwood movie, the Firefox. It's an incorrect answer.
Very good.
I've just remembered what the Germans called the Wellington.
Das Boot.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you very much, Richard. So at the end of round one, the losing pair with the highest score, I'm afraid it's Karen and Glenn.
Never mind.
Dear, oh dear, oh dear. You were a victim of Pointless.
I was.
Oh, well, I tell you what, when you come back, you can be thrilled that we won't have this round again. And you have the genius that is Glenn.
Yes.
I am sure that next time we will see a great deal more of you. And thanks very much for playing.
Thank you.
But for the remaining three pairs, it's now time for round two. Now, obviously, only two pairs can make it through to the head-to-head, so one team is going to be leaving us at the end of this round. OK, our category for round two is the Oscars. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second?
Sure.
And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. And our round two question concerns Best Actor Oscar winners and their films. In this round, we're about to show you a list of actors. We asked 100 people to tell us the film for which they won an Oscar for Best Actor. Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you 6 names on each pass. Each of them have a year, and that's the year in which they won the Best Actor Oscar. You just got to tell us what film it was for. If you give us the more obscure answers, you're going to score fewer points. If you give us an incorrect answer, you'll score 100 points. So there's 6 on each pass, 12 for everyone at home to have a go at.
OK, thanks very much. So we are looking for the films these actors won their Best Actor Oscar for. OK, here we go. We have got Sean Penn, 2009, Ben Kingsley, 1983, Gene Hackman, 1972, Alec Guinness, 1958, Anthony Hopkins, 1992, Philip Seymour Hoffman, 2006. I'll read through that list one more time. Sean Penn, 2009, Ben Kingsley, 1983, Gene Hackman, 1972, Alec Guinness, 1958, Anthony Hopkins, 1992, and Philip Seymour Hoffman, 2006. Imelda.
Yeah, there's a few that I know. I'm going to go Philip Seymour Hoffman for Capote.
Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people knew that answer. Philip Seymour Hoffman, Capote. Brilliant. Very well done, Imelda. That's a lovely low score there. Philip Seymour Hoffman, Capote, scoring you 6 points. Richard.
Yeah, it's a terrific answer, Imelda, because he played Truman Capote in the film.
Now then, Gary. You like films?
I do. I think I'll probably go and try Gene Hackman for The French Connection.
Very good. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people knew Gene Hackman, The French Connection. Very well done. Twelve for The French Connection, Richard.
Yeah, well played, Gary. Won an Oscar for his portrayal of Popeye Doyle in The French Connection.
Lynn. So we're looking for the names of the films for which these actors won their Best Actor Oscar in the year shown.
Well, I think I know them all.
Talk us through the board, and then you can pick your
I think
favourite
Sean
one.
Penn for Milk, Ben Kingsley for Gandhi. The only one I'm not sure of is Alec Guinness for, I think it was Kind Hearts and Coronets, and Anthony Hopkins for Silence of the Lambs. I'm going to go for Sean Penn, Milk.
Very good. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people knew that answer. Sean Penn, Milk. Well done, Lynn. That's right. Down it comes. 10. Well, I can't fault your grouping. That's fantastic. That scores you 10. Milk, Richard.
Yeah, he won his second Oscar for his portrayal of the gay rights activist Harvey Milk. You were right about Ben Kingsley. He was Gandhi, would have scored you 34. And you're right about Anthony Hopkins as well. That's Silence of the Lambs, would have scored you 38. If you were tempted to go for Kind Hearts and Coronets, it's lucky you didn't.
Lady Killers.
Not Lady Killers either, actually. It's a very different film. It was for The Bridge on the River Kwai that he won in 58. Would have scored you 7 points. So that's a very, very good answer. Philip Seymour Hoffman, though, the best answer on the board.
Very good. OK, we're halfway through the round, so let's take a look at those scores. Incredibly close. Imelda, wonderful answer there from you. Sees you looking the most secure. Then we go up to Lynn and Neil on 10, Gary and Stephen on 12. Stephen, Neil, you have a contest on your hands. OK, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're going to put 6 more actors on the board and the years in which they won their Best Actor Oscar. And here they are. Forrest Whitaker, 2007. Yul Brynner, 1957. Russell Crowe, 2001. Paul Scofield, 1967. Gregory Peck, 1963. Jack Nicholson, 1976. I'm just going to read that board again. Forrest Whitaker, 2007. Yul Brynner, 1957. Russell Crowe, 2001. Paul Scofield, 1967. Gregory Peck, 1963. And Jack Nicholson, 1976. Neil and Lynn, you are on 10. The high scorers are Stephen and Gary on 12. If you can score 1 point with this, you would be through to the next round. What are you thinking, Neil?
I know nearly all of them. There's only one I'm not sure on. I'm going to go for Gregory Peck, To Kill a Mockingbird.
Gregory Peck, To Kill a Mockingbird. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Well done, it's right. Very well done, Neil. That's a great score. 12. That takes your total up to 22. Richard.
Yeah, well played, Neil. It was his 5th Oscar nomination, his only win, Gregory Peck. His character, Atticus Finch, was named the greatest screen hero of all time by the American Film Institute.
Now then, Stephen. You're on 12. The high scorers are currently Lynn and Neil on 22. Should you score 9 or less with this answer, you would be through to the head-to-head.
I'll go with Yul Brynner, The King and I.
There he is, second on the board. 1957, The King and I. There's your red line. If you go below that red line, you are definitely through to the next round. But this has to be right. Let's see if that is correct. Yul Brynner and The King and I. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. It's right. $35 takes your total up to 47. Richard.
Yeah, big score. Probably his most famous role, though, by quite some way. He also played the same role on stage and won a Tony for the same role as well, actually. He played that role 4,525 times.
Right, so then, Imogen, you are on 6. If you can score 40 or less, you will avoid overtaking Stephen and Gary, who are the current high scorers on 47.
I think Forrest Whitaker won it for The Last King of Scotland, and Russell Crowe won it for, is it Beautiful Mind, I think. I'm not sure about Paul Scofield. I've got A Man for All Seasons in my head, but I don't know if that's right. And Jack Nicholson, I think that's One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. But I think I'm going to go with Forrest Whitaker and The Last King of Scotland.
Forrest Whitaker, last king of Scotland.
Yeah.
OK, here comes your red line. If you can get below that red line with Forrest Whitaker, last king of Scotland, you are through to the head-to-head. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Forrest Whitaker, last king of Scotland. Good luck, Imogen. It's right. And you are through to the head-to-head. There we are, 15 it scores you, taking your total up to 21.
Yeah, it's a very good answer. Well played, Imogen. And you nearly went through the rest of the board as well. Paul Schofield is the best answer on the board, and you're right, it was a man for all seasons. Would have scored 7 points, so well done if you got that at home. And Jack Nicholson was One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest in 1976, 20 points. But Russell Crowe was Gladiator in 2001. 48 points, though, for Gladiator.
Thanks very much, Richard. So, at the end of round 2, the losing pair with the highest score, I'm afraid, Stephen and Gary, it's you. 47, normally a very respectable score, even just on one pass. You were up against stiff competition. However, we will see you again next time. Meanwhile, thank you very, very much for playing. It's been brilliant having you on the show. Thanks so much. But for the remaining 2 pairs, things are going to get even more exciting now as we enter the head-to-head. Very well done, Lynn and Neil, Imogen and Imelda. You have made it through to the head-to-head. Now, obviously, one pair can make it through to today's final and play for the jackpot, which currently stands at £12,250. You're going to go head-to-head on the best of 3 questions. Now, for each question, each pair needs to give me just one answer. You are now allowed to confer. All you have to do is come up with an answer that scores less than the other pair, and you will win that question. The first pair to get to the best of 3 will be playing for today's jackpot. Let's play Pointless. OK, here is your first question. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Ivy League universities as they could. Ivy League universities. Richard.
Yeah, we're looking for any of the 8 American universities that make up the Ivy League.
OK, Lynn and Neil, you've played best throughout the show so far, so you get to go first. We are looking for Ivy League universities.
We're going to go for Berkeley.
You're going to go for Berkeley.
Right, OK, so we've got Yale, we've got Harvard, you've got Princeton. Brown?
I don't know.
Cornell. We'll go Brown.
Brown. We're gonna
Brown.
go Brown.
OK, we have Berkeley, we have Brown. Berkeley and Brown. Lynn and Neil said Berkeley. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Berkeley. Berkeley is an incorrect answer, I'm afraid. So, Imogen and Imelda, all you have to get is a correct answer at this stage to win the point. Brown, how are you feeling now, Imogen?
Really, really, really not confident.
Should have just said Yale.
Yeah, we should have done it already.
Too late now, you've gone Brown. OK, let's see. Brown, you say. Is it right? And if it is, how many people said Brown? It just has to be right. Very well done, it's right. Very, very good. After the first question, it is 1-0 to Imogen and Imelda. Richard.
Okay, let's take a look at all 8 of them. Right at the bottom, University of Pennsylvania. There's Dartmouth College. Both of those would have scored 2. Columbia University 4. Cornell University 5. There's Brown University on 9 in Providence, Rhode Island. Princeton 20. Yale 46, and Harvard at the top there on 56.
OK, here is your second question. Lynn and Neil, you have to win this question to stay in the game. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many original Euro currency countries as they could. Original Euro currency countries. Richard.
Yeah, we're looking for any of the 11 countries that initially signed up to the Euro in 1999, please.
OK, thank you very much. Now then, Imogen and Imelda, you go first this time.
OK.
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 Do you want to go that?
Yep.
We'll say the Netherlands.
The Netherlands. OK, you are saying the Netherlands. Lynn and Neil, what are you going to give me?
OK, so we got France, Germany, Spain, Portugal, Belgium, Well, Italy, Greece.
You have to win this question to stay in the game, remember, Lynn and Neil?
We'll try Luxembourg.
Luxembourg. You're going to say Luxembourg. We have the Netherlands and we have Luxembourg. Imogen and Imelda, you went with the Netherlands. Let's see if that is right. And if it is, let's see how many people said the Netherlands. It's right.
Keep going. Keep going.
34. 34. Lynn and Neil have gone with Luxembourg. Let's see if that is right. More crucially, let's see if it beats the Netherlands. How many people said Luxembourg? It's right. Yep, you're in the game. 17. Very, very, very well said. So after 2 questions, 1 apiece.
Yeah, very, very well played, guys. You were almost out of that because I think you were going to say Greece at one point.
No, he was.
Which is an incorrect answer. You're going to say Portugal, which would have scored more points as well. But you finally settled on one of the only 3 answers that would have beaten the Netherlands. Let's take a look at all the answers. Finland was the best score on the board, 8. It's the only score that would have beaten Luxembourg. There's Luxembourg 17, Austria 20, that's another one no one mentioned. Netherlands 34, Republic of Ireland 43, Belgium 45. Then the top 5, Portugal 45, Italy 72, Germany 82, Spain 91, and France at the top with 93.
OK, thanks very much, Richard. Here is your 3rd question. This is very important. Whoever wins this question is through to the final and will be playing for that £12,250 jackpot. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Narnia characters as they could. Narnia characters. Richard.
Yes, specifically, we're looking for the names of any of the 4 Pevensey children in The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe.
OK, Lynn and Neil. You answer first this time.
What can you think?
Narnia. OK, well, I've seen one of the films. Have you? I hope you've seen one. I don't know.
I don't know either.
What, should we go with that?
OK.
Lynn and Neil, sounds like you've arrived at a name anyway.
Well, we've just got a name, yes, plucked out of the air. We're going to go with Peter.
Peter. OK, we have Peter. Imogen and Imelda, you can now speak up.
Well, we're really not sure, actually. We just can't recall it at the moment. I think it's the nerves getting to us. But we're just going to go with Jane. But as we say, we're not sure.
Jane. So we have Peter and Jane, stars of the very first book I ever read. OK, Peter and Jane. Lynn and Neil have plucked a name out of thin air. Peter. Let's see if that's correct, and if it is, let's see how many people said Peter. Very well done. Peter is the name of one of the characters in the Narnia books. 21. What about that? Imelda and Imogen. Jane. Let's see if Jane is correct. If it is, let's see how many people said Jane. Bad luck, Imogen and Imelda. So after 3 questions, Lynn and Neil are through to the final 2-1. Richard.
Yeah, obviously stuck in there somewhere, didn't it? Right at the back of the brain, and that's a very, very useful time to bring it out, I would say. Let's take a look at all 4 of them, see if any of them are familiar. It's Susan on 15, Edmund 20, Peter there on 21, and Lucy up the top with 26. Very well done if you got all of those at home.
Thank you very much. So the losing pair at the end of the head-to-head is Imogen and Imelda. Well, how are you feeling?
It's not for broadcast.
Have you read the Narnia books?
Yeah, loads of times. My mind just went completely blank.
You've been fantastic. You've been an amazing pair. You've done a great job on both pointless shows you've been on. I'm afraid this is where we say goodbye to you, but brilliant contestants. Thank you so much. But for Lynn and Neil, it's now time for our pointless final and the chance to win our jackpot of £12,250. Well, congratulations, Lynn and Neil. You have seen off all the competition and you have won our coveted pointless trophy, so very well done. You now have a chance to win our pointless jackpot. At the end of today's show, the jackpot stands at £12,250. The rules are very simple. To win that money, all you have to do is find a pointless answer. That's an answer that none of our 100 people could think of. We've had one pointless answer on the show today. You only need to find one more now, and you will go home with that money. First, you've got to choose a category. And you can choose from these three options. Here we go. World Geography, Music Awards, or Literature? What do you think?
Oh, dear.
Literature's out.
Literature's definitely out. World Geography.
I know loads about world geography.
Do you?
Yeah. And you do.
Do I?
You've been abroad.
I've been abroad? Right, OK. The criteria for us taking this is that we've been abroad. World Geography. We'll go for World Geography. Wow.
World Geography.
Yeah. I'm not happy, but we'll go for it. No, we'll go with that.
Listen, Lynn, do you want to go for Music Awards? Would you like to go for Music Awards?
No, we'll go for it. No, because I'll never hear the last of it, right? That's right, all right? Well, right. I will never hear the last of it.
Right, it is World Geography.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Let's find out what the... Let's find out what the question is. Best of luck, guys. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many of the world's longest rivers as they could. Richard?
Yes, specifically, we're looking for the English name of any river or river system that is longer than the Danube. So we're looking for the English name of any river or river system longer than 1,770 miles, according to the Encyclopaedia Britannica.
OK. You now have up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that £12,250 is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Your 60 seconds start now.
Well...
What do you think?
Well, I don't know. You said World Geography.
Quick, 60 seconds.
Well, I mean, he's up there. Washington. Yeah. Mississippi. Delaware. No. Potomac. Yeah,
that's a good
one.
Okay.
But is it 1,700? You know. I don't know. I mean, you've got the Amazon, you've got the Nile, you've got, you know, got the Taff in Wales.
Yellow. The Taff.
Yellow. The what?
The Yellow River.
The Yellow River? Yeah. Oh. OK, so we've got to get 3, right? So, should we say the Potomac?
I don't know if the Potomac's long.
Well, so neither do I. Mississippi?
Yeah.
OK, and what else? Hudson River. Don't know. No, I don't think so.
Okay, Mississippi.
Yellow River, yeah.
5 seconds.
Potomac. You said it goes through Washington. I mean, I don't know.
OK, that is your minute up. We were looking for the world's longest rivers. I now need 3 answers from you.
We'll go for Mississippi.
The Mississippi.
Second answer we go for, you said the Yellow River?
Yellow River.
The Yellow River.
I thought it was a song.
That's Moon River.
Oh, right, OK.
And the third answer, we'll go for the Potomac.
OK, the Potomac. Now then, of those 3, which do you think is your best shot at a pointless answer?
Yellow, probably.
Yeah.
OK, yellow we will put up last. Which we put up first? Your least confident?
Mississippi.
The
No, the Potomac.
The Potomac. So Potomac, Mississippi,
Right.
Yellow River. OK, we'll put
Okay.
them up on the board in that order. The Potomac, the Mississippi, and the Yellow River. There they are. We were looking for the world's longest rivers. This was your least confident answer. You only have to find one pointless answer, remember, to win that £12,250 jackpot. So let's see if the Potomac is right. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. The Potomac. Bad luck. Bad luck. That is an incorrect answer, so not a pointless answer. You only have 2 more chances to win today's jackpot. £12,250. What would you do with that?
Las Vegas.
I'd give some to my children.
Well, I give some of my... I'd obviously give some of my children.
OK, we are looking for the world's longest rivers. Your next answer, the Mississippi. This has to be correct. And it has to go all the way down to 0 for you to win that jackpot. Good luck, Mississippi. It's right. It is a correct answer. Down it comes. This has to go all the way down to 0. Oh. What is this? 39 for Mississippi, so not a pointless answer. But it was right. You only have one more chance to win today's jackpot. We are looking for the world's longest rivers. The Yellow River. This was the answer you had the most faith in to be pointless. Has to be pointless if you're going to win that jackpot, £12,250. Let us see if it is a correct answer. And if it is, let's see how many people said the Yellow River. This is your last chance, so the very, very best of luck, guys. The Yellow River. It's right. We went down to 39 with the Mississippi. There's £12,250 riding on this. If this goes all the way down to 0, oh! Single figures. That was a great answer. Unfortunately, though, you didn't manage to find that all-important, pointless answer, so I'm afraid to say you don't win today's record-equalling jackpot of £12,250, which rolls over onto the next show. But you have been fantastic contestants, and you do get to take home our pointless trophy, so... Thank you. Very well done. So, Richard.
Yeah, very tough luck, guys. And if any of Neil's relatives are watching, will you just let us know he gets home safely? Let's take a look at the pointless answers here. There's a couple of rivers I suspect people may have got at home. The Amur-Shilka, which forms part of the border between Russia and China. The Mackenzie-Peace-Finley, which is in Canada. The Madeira River, which is a major tributary of the Amazon. The Purus, which rises in Peru, the São Francisco in Brazil, and the Yukon there, possibly the best known of the pointless answers, which goes from Canada through Alaska and into the Bering Sea. Hopefully none of those were on the tip of your tongue.
No.
Good.
Well, that's a relief, at least. Well, unfortunately, we do have to say goodbye to you, Lynn and Neil, but it's been brilliant having you on the show. It's been extremely good fun. Thank you both so much for playing. Thank you. So nobody's won our jackpot today, so it rolls over, which means on the next show we will be playing for our highest ever total of £13,250. Join us then to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.